In this video, we break down core SAT algebra concepts including solving linear equations, inequalities, and systems of equations using substitution and elimination. Through real SAT-style examples and step-by-step problem solving, students learn how to solve for X, translate word problems into equations, and identify no solution or infinite solution systems quickly and accurately.
Today's question is, what is algebra? Think of algebra as a way to talk about numbers when we don't know them yet, and still reason correctly. Algebra is a branch of math where we use symbols, usually letters, to stand for numbers. The big idea is that we can do math even before we know the exact value of something. Why is that helpful? Because in real problems, we often know relationships, not the final number. Algebra lets us describe the relationship clearly and then solve for the unknown when we have enough information. A common goal in algebra is to find an unknown by keeping an equation balanced. Whatever we do to one side, we do to the other, so the relationship stays true. That's the fairness rule that makes algebra reliable. Algebra also gives us tools like expressions and formulas. Expressions let us represent computations without finishing them. And formulas are like reusable rules that work for many situations, not just one problem. So, to sum it up, algebra is the language of patterns and unknowns. Once you're comfortable with it, you can model real situations, predict outcomes, and solve problems that arithmetic alone can't handle as easily. Let's read this carefully. We have two equations, and k is some constant we can choose. Our goal is to pick k so the two equations describe the exact same line, because that's when a system has infinitely many solutions. This tells us the two equations must be the same line, not just crossing once. We'll choose k, so this second equation matches the first one. And here are the answer choices we can test our final k against. To make the lines easy to compare, we'll rewrite the first equation into a simple y equals something form. That way, we can match slope and intercept, which is what determines whether two lines are identical. Now we finish isolating y. Dividing by 2 is safe because we do it to both sides. And it gives us a clean line equation we can compare directly. This is the first line written in a clear slope and intercept form. Next, we rewrite the second equation the same way. The big idea is, if both equations become the same y equals expression, then every point on the line works, giving infinitely many solutions. For infinitely many solutions, the two y expressions must match for all x values, so we set them equal. Notice the x terms already match, so the constants must match too. That's what will pin down k. This value makes the two equations describe the exact same line. So the system has infinitely many solutions when k equals -5. That matches choice D. Let's read the problem carefully. We're told this system has exactly one solution, and we need to figure out which answer choice cannot be the value of A. This tells us the two lines must intersect at one point, not be parallel, and not be the same line. This first equation has the parameter a in the x coefficient, so changing a changes the line's direction. Here are the answer choices for a. We'll test which one would prevent the system from having exactly one intersection point. To talk about one solution, it helps to think of these as two lines. Two lines have exactly one solution when they are not parallel. So our job is to find when these two equations would become parallel. Let's rewrite the second equation so it looks more like the first one. I want the x and y terms together on the left and the constant on the right. That makes it easy to compare the coefficients. The right side is just some constant, since c is a constant. Now I notice both coefficients on the left are divisible by 3. Dividing by 3 doesn't change the solutions. It just simplifies the equation so we can compare it directly to the first one. This left side is the key piece to compare with the first equation's left side. Great. Now compare the two equations. The first line has a times x plus 3y. The second line has 2x plus 3y. If the lines are parallel, the x and y coefficients have to be in the same ratio. Since both equations already have the same y coefficient, 3, the only way their left sides match in direction is if the x coefficients also match. So parallel happens exactly when a equals 2. This is the value that makes the two lines have the same slope, so they won't intersect in exactly one point. And that's the issue. If a equals 2, then both equations have the same left side, 2x plus 3y. Depending on the constant on the right, the system would have either no solution or infinitely many solutions, but not exactly one. So a cannot be 2.
We hope you liked the video. To create more such videos, please visit think10x.ai.